Okay guys, hey, it's Hunter Elliott here, rangehot.com. Today I'm working on a brand new silencer. This is from Liberty Suppressors. This is called the Cosmic. We've had it out, run some rounds through it, found it to be reliable on a couple different platforms. Glock 17 using a lone wolf threaded barrel. Now this was a little different. It is not what I would call caliber specific. Now this can is 45 caliber, but Liberty sent me a 1/2 by 28 thread where it allows me to shoot 9mm on this. So really and truthfully, anything smaller than 45 caliber you can run this can on. I also have a 5/8 by 24 direct thread that we're running on a 300 Blackout rifle. And so I'm going to show you the versatility of buying a can of a larger caliber to be able to run on several different platforms. 147 grain subsonic. As you can see, it ran great. We did stretch this out at 25 yards and did not notice any kind of difference in accuracy with or without the silencer. So I've actually got a sound meter, and we're going to do some measuring, get some actual numbers on suppression levels. Now I'm starting out with the platform, the CZP-09 with the factory threaded barrel, and I'm shooting some 147 grain subsonic ammunition manufactured by Fort Mill Munitions out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Now, as we all know, the beauty of the Cosmic is we can change the end cap, this end cap, not this end cap, from 1/2 by 28 to 5/8 by 24. So we're going to get some numbers on 9mm subsonic. That was 62. 66, 62, and 68. Okay, so now we're going to switch the can out from the CZ to the Barnes Precision machine. And we can all see mags out, slides back. The can, as all silencers, threads right off the muzzle. Let me get that. And then we take this end cap here and it threads out. This is my 1/2 by 28 piston end cap. And then I also have, this is the 5/8 by 24, just standard end cap. It threads right on here, if I can get my mouth right. Fine thread. Just kind of get that on there and snug it up. I'm going to show you here, this rifle's clear. Bolts to the rear, safe. Because you know we don't want to be messing around the muzzle of a firearm and not be 100% sure it's safe. So I just want y'all to see, magazines out, bolts to the rear, guns clear. And we just thread it right on here as if it was a any other muzzle device. Barnes' threads tend to be a little long-winded. Alright, so this is some ammunition out of Sanford, North Carolina, manufactured by a company called Steelwood. These are actually 240 grain Sierra Match Kings subsonic. '77, 79, 68, 72, 'Alright. So that was my 5 average. As you can see, mags back out, chamber's clear. Now one thing about the Cosmic is it is a full-size can. I mean, it's good for anything 45 caliber or less. I spoke with Liberty Suppressors and they said it was rated for 44 Magnum, 454 Casull, 300 Black Super and Sub. And that's great because it does give you, you know, an option of buying one silencer and have it for multiple platforms. The only real drawback that I've come to find on this can is, since it is a 45 caliber can, it's a pretty good size tube here. When you thread it on a smaller pistol with a lower sight radius, you're actually, when you get your sight alignment, sight picture, you're actually looking through the can. Now, as we all know, you've got the option to put silencer sights on it, which stick up way high and they look goofy, and I hate them. But here's the deal: after a couple hundred rounds through this, using this CZ, another Lone Wolf custom pistol, and a Glock with a Lone Wolf threaded barrel, you can actually do what's called shoot through the silencer. And what I mean by that is, you kind of get an idea where your target is, and the silencer is just covering up just enough of your front sight to where you can still kind of make out what you're aiming at. So it doesn't take a whole lot of practice to be able to run this effectively with your standard sights. That way you got to put them goofy ass silencer sights on it that we all hate. All right, so we're going to get some more footage of the gun running the can, some more numbers to get some averages, and then that way we'll know exactly where we're at on how well this thing performs.
Hey, Charlie Brown here. I'm just hanging out with my buddy Hunter, helping him with testing the can and running some sound level tests and so forth. We're going to put a few downrange right now with the ammo we're using is the Defender Ammunition Company, 300 Blackout, 220 grain subsonic. This is a hollow point boat tail bullet. So we'll stuff a couple in here and let her go.
I'm actually concluding the review on the Liberty Suppressors Cosmic. Y'all have seen several different people running on several different platforms. It's a little warm. And so I'm going to just talk a little bit about it real quick as we wrap this up. So, really there's nothing about the can that I didn't like. I mean, silencers, they don't have any really moving parts other than this piston end cap, half by 28. So, the thing that I'm digging about this over a couple of the other cans that I've reviewed is you've got a little knurled end here that you take off. It's just threaded right on the can, and this is what they call a monocore baffle. And what I mean by monocore is, instead of it having a baffle stack that has to be removed and cleaned individually, you remove this little locking ring and you can pull the entire baffle stack out. And that's everything. Now you can see this is pretty nasty. We did the sound decibel measuring with it clean and with it dirty. It didn't seem to, the suppression level didn't change clean or dirty. And so it's just basically that simple to clean it out. You know, some of the other cans, it's got the baffle stack. You got to dump them out, clean them individually. They've got to be all lined back up correctly and then reinserted. It's kind of a pain in the ass. This, not so much. Whenever you're done, we're just going to pretend I cleaned it. Slides right back in there and it indexes. Boom. Just that simple. Then that ring. It's kind of long-winded fine thread. That's okay. Get it snug like that. When you tighten this ring, it pulls the baffle stack tight to the muzzle of the can, and it's back assembled, ready to rock and roll. So all in all, didn't have any trouble, didn't have any problems with the can. Running it with 300 black, was able to cycle supers and subs, locking the bolt back to the rear. Everything ran great, so I'm pretty satisfied. Okay, so we've wrapped up the review on the Liberty Suppressors Cosmic. Got just a tick over 500 rounds through the silencer. The vast majority of those were 9mm subsonics, some 9mm supers, as well as some 300 blackout subs and 300 blackout supers. Really don't have anything bad to say about the silencer. I really dig it. It's a monocore baffle, and it really makes it a whole lot easier to disassemble and assemble. The other thing that I really liked about it is it's so versatile. I mean, it's with 4 different end caps, be it just a standard type end cap adapter or the piston end cap adapter. You can run anything from 22 long rifle to 45 auto and all points in between. It's also rated for 300 blackout super and subsonic pistol silencers are still rated for 300 Blackout subsonic, but very, very few supersonic. So a silencer works great as a training tool, which is something to keep in mind as well. So anyway, Hunter Elliott here, rangehot.com. We're all done. I'm thoroughly satisfied with the way the can ran. Please take care of yourself and each other, and I hope to see you at the range.